Okay, let's talk about chapter one. So chapter ones are about research methods. Um, it's going to look into psychology as a science, and we're going to look at different types of research, the application of research, and ethics that are found in psychological research. Let me just say that this is really the building block of the course because when we talk about other interesting pieces of information that you're going to learn in every unit, it's important that you try to understand where we got that from. How do we know that? And with chapter one or unit one or module one as your backdrop, that will definitely help you to see how we know what we know, and that this is a science, that this is not something that an idea that people just come up with and they go out and they publish. This is something that is replicated in research multiple times, and it's research that has to follow not only ethical guidelines but also look at the potential problems and holes that one might normally see in a research project. As far as grading for this unit, like all units, there's 100 points in this unit. Note taking, this is an important part for this first unit. So the first video you watch will be of me talking through a Google slide presentation with an outline. And I want you to learn how to take an outline in your notebook. And I'm hoping that you have a psychology notebook. If you don't have one yet, then I guess you would do one on paper. But I want you to know how to make an outline. I think that, a lot of college professors follow an organized framework for the notes, but some don't. So it's important that you know how to take the notes that they're providing for you. Also, if you're taking notes out of a textbook or whatever, I think it's important that you are active in your note-taking process. Also, it'll make you test ready. When you take your test in this course, you should have your notes with you, to be ready to look up information. So you'll be getting graded on those notes. You'll be sending those, taking a picture and sending them to me, or that's stuff that we'll figure out throughout the course of the semester. The assignments, you have some assignments that are pretty straightforward. They have some instructions on how to go about doing them with me again in them, just to, especially this first unit, just trying to get a feel for how we do these things. So we'll see how that plays out. Finally, we have two assessments. One's a multiple choice test that is obviously based on this unit, and also a take-home application test. Be sure that the notes pretty much follow your textbook. For this unit, your textbook is probably a supplement to your notes. For other units, your notes will be a supplement to your textbook. Again, different professors do things differently, and I'll try to play both sides, although for the most part, your textbook will be a supplement to your notes. So due dates. All formatives, homework, and notes are due Friday, June 12th. That's going to be the framework for the entire course for the most part. Is any notes that you take from videos that we watch or from your textbook or whatever will be due the Friday of that unit, as well as assignments that come into play there. So in this first week, that's June 12th. Summatives are due the Tuesday after the unit. So your multiple choice test and your take-home application are due June 16th. All right, so the unit starts June 8th. That gives you 8 days to have 5 days to get your formatives done, and then when you feel most comfortable getting those summatives in. So this is how your, I'm gonna move myself here. This is how your module looks. Your first lesson is a video with me talking through research and especially experimental research. Same thing with the second lesson. The third lesson, and you'll be sending me those notes from those presentations. The third lesson is a homework assignment that has like a chart that goes with it, and you'll be sending me that as well. Fourth lesson is me again discussing what correlational research is. Then you have a little correlational research assignment here. Your fifth lesson is someone else talking about ethics, and then you jotting down some information and sending it in to me. We'll we'll get a feel for the best way to go about doing the homework as we go through, and I'll talk to you about that when it's time. So then our quiz. Also, we have an applying ethics assignment where you're going to look at some of the most unethical research studies done and talk about why those were unethical based on the ethics that you watched. Then you have a 20-question multiple choice test or quiz. I use those terms interchangeably, so assessment maybe is a better term. And then finally, a take-home application assessment that is worth 35 points. So if you add these up, they'll add up to 100, and that is Unit 1.